I want to do a little update on the build I've been playing for Thief in PvP lately. It is the Deadly Arts version of the DP Daredevil. And yeah, in the past, Shadow Arts was definitely meta, and it should have been because Shadow Arts is more lifesteal oriented, which is better versus classes with a lot of damage reduction. So it's better in bunkery metas. But because the meta is shifting a little bit more damage oriented now, not only are you going to be killing classes that do more damage, but you're also going to be playing with classes that do more damage. So you can do supplemental spike damage and focus down targets with them, which means that you want to be playing a more aggressive role now, which fits the Deadly Arts playstyle. Whereas Shadow Arts is like, okay, everyone's playing a bunker, I just shadow stealth until I find the right place, and then no one knows where I'm going. With Deadly Arts, you don't have time to do that, right, in the current meta. You just need to be snowballing, getting momentum for your team, and also supporting your allies. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm playing Deadly Arts now, is because the improvisation trait was buffed, and now it's a 15-second cooldown, which means it will always proc every time you swipe, because it was a 20-second cooldown before, which was awkward because you'd swipe sometimes and not get an improv proc. So that means you've got more access to your utility skills, and all of your utility skills on this build are insanely powerful for team support and playmaking, which is kind of the role you want to be doing. So if you think about it, you know, Shadow Arts had a little bit more sustain, but with the improv trait, you also get a lot of sustain too, because not only do you get more stolen abilities, but you get a chance to recharge your utilities. And if you look at it, every utility skill has sustain on it. You've got Condi Cleanse on Agility and on Shadow Step, and you've got Stun Break on Blinding Powder and Shadow Step. So you, in a way, have more cleanse than the Shadow Arts build and more stun breaks. So every time you steal and you land it, you have 2/3 chance to get a stun break and 2/3 chance to get a Condi Cleanse. It's pretty insane. Now I'm also using Hide in Shadows, but you can use Channeled Vigor. And obviously I have the Marauder Scholar set up because I really like the Condi Cleanse from Escapist Fortitude and Dash, because every time you use Dash, you remove Cripple, Chill, Immobilize, and then if you evade something as well, you remove another Condi. So it just helps you to get off like the weakness, the blinds and stuff. And it really helps you to play more aggressively because you usually use your dodges to stick to your target. And yeah, the playstyle is way more aggressive than just using Berserk Ami with Marauder's Resilience and then going Shadow Arts. And then what you actually do is you just stealth up, you do your burst, and then you go back in stealth to avoid getting Condis on you. This just cleanses it, and then you just go ham at all times. So yeah, I'm using the Compounding Sigil, Exploitation on the Dagger Pistol, Energy, and Cleansing on the Short Bow. And yeah, you pretty much want to be using either of these two heals and Bassy Venom as usual. And that's kind of how the build works. And I'll talk a little bit more about how the playstyle changes in the match commentary that I will show you right now. So in this match, I'll be playing the Deadly Arts Daredevil. And I really want to identify the moments where I'm using my utility skills, because we know that Deadly Arts has more access to the utility skills because of improvisation recharging them randomly. So it allows you to play more aggressively with your cooldowns and allows you to stay in those fights, but also to keep your team alive. The reason why that's so important is because Thief is a supplementary damage role. You can't really kill anything by yourself too easily, especially when it's being supported. So you need your allies to do damage, and then you can finish them off. So keeping your allies alive is super important to your ability to kill things, right? So peeling for your allies is like right up there next to securing kills, because you cannot get the kills without your allies. So here I think we just got a kill at mid and we're pushing into far, but the enemy Juvenile Soul Beast, they're actually a core ranger. That's a pretty interesting creative name. But the core ranger is kiting, and we're kind of low on cooldowns. I have no cooldowns, but I do land my improv there, and that gives me my shadow step back, which is going to allow me to get the decap at far. So I can get the decap at far really quickly and then come back to mid, and that, as I said, recharged from improv. So the playmaking abilities from your utility skills are going to be more accessible to you because of improv. So it not only, in my opinion, is a lot more fun, but it carries harder in the role that Thief is, which is a playmaker. Whereas Shadow Arts is kind of like just a bruiser slash duelist role, where you kind of tax your enemy of health until they die. And in a lot of cases, you don't even have that much sustain as a Shadow Arts Thief because you're still a thief. So you shouldn't really be playing to out sustaining someone. You should be playing to securing kills, which Deadly Arts isn't that much more damage. I mean, it's definitely more damage for sure because of the weakness uptime, which with weakening attacks or weakening whatever that's called, the trait in Daredevil where you do more damage to weaken foes because the Lotus Poison gives you more weakness and stuff like that. You've definitely got more damage on the Daredevil with Deadly Arts, but it's mostly the fact that you have more playmaking ability. So a Thief that's just kind of like not making plays, it's probably better that they play Shadow Arts. But a Thief that's making plays, you probably want to have that improvisation so that you can peel for your allies, you know, give them stealth to peel out, give dodges and cleansing to your allies, and yeah, just the Shadow Step is an insane playmaker. So going into mid now, we regrouped after our team kind of like wiped on the map, and now that we got that kill at home, we can get this next kill on the Ranger, and yeah, we're in a good spot now. So I Shadow Step into mid, and my holo is pretty low, so I'm trying to just pressure as much as I can. We're on their Druid, but I'm not really sure what the good target is right now. I see the Ranger's going far, so I'm not going to go there. So I'm going to invest into this mid fight. Their Scourge eats my entire auto chain, and I have my Signet of Agility ready if I need to heal my allies here. We're in like a 2v or a 3v2 right now, but the Ranger comes in, but because we get the kill, it's now uneven for them. So we just keep snowballing. And yeah, we're just going to secure this kill. I'm taking quite a lot of Condi pressure, so I have to heal here. And yeah, my Scourge is getting pressured by their Thief. I land a really good Bassi Venom on the Thief there, and we secure the kill. And that's really good. So I leave mid. I see that the Scourge is kind of low, but yeah, I see the holo is there too. So I allow the Scourge to be cared for by the holo. And yeah, that's kind of leaving a lot up to my holo, but I decide to go far because I know that the Scourge that we killed at mid is respawning, and that could be a big danger to my Ranger that was at far. Now the Ranger won their 1v1, which is really nice because now we can just 2v1 far. But yeah, we need to get the kill on the Scourge fast because the person that they just killed is now respawning. So that's another thing is, oh, that was a really good 9k Heartseeker. But yeah, the faster you can get kills, it's like exponential, because if you can't get the kill on someone, then your team dies, and then you're in a disadvantageous situation, which means you can't get kills. So in a way, the more damage you have, the more damage your scales with itself, right? Because the more you can snowball, the easier it is to snowball. So I think it just fits the role of Thief so much better to be a more aggressive playstyle than the passive Shadow Arts playstyle, at least in PvP. So now our Ranger, it has like 2 on them, and we've died at mid, but we're trying to peel the Ranger out at far. So I have no utilities right now, but I land a steal here, which gives me my Blinding Powder back, and I can use that Blinding Powder to stealth my Ranger, and then I use the stolen ability from the Ranger to blast with my shortbow and heal my Ranger. So we actually get our Ranger out alive because of the improvisation there, because it gave me my Blinding Powder. So I improv again there on my Signet of Agility. And yeah, it's 17 seconds, or the cooldown is 15 on improv, but the cooldown on the Daredevil swipe is 17. So every 17 seconds, if you land steel, now you have to be pretty good at landing steel to ensure that, so it's very skill based for sure. But yeah, every 17 seconds you can be spamming out an extra utility based on the RNG. And yeah, it can be kind of spammy with your utilities. If you think of it that way, it's like, oh, well then you just want to spam your utilities so you get them back. Yeah, but that's how aggression works. So here we've got Blinding Powder again. I don't know if I improv that, but yeah, we peel for his name. I'm getting so confused by these names. My Hollow is named Scrapper and their core ranger is named Soul Beast. But yeah, the Hollow we get out with the Blinding Powder. And just, if you think about it, yeah, 3 seconds of stealth isn't amazing. If you give them the Blinding Powder first, it can be a lot of stealth because of the blast finisher from Blinding Powder. But it's really the detargeting that is important with the stealth, because even after the 3 seconds ends, they have to retarget. And if you're like line of sighting behind walls and stuff like that while you're in stealth, it's really hard for people to get that target again, and then it ends up being longer than 3 seconds of peel for your ally just from one utility of 3 seconds stealth. I get the stealth, or yeah, the stealth on the Hollow there and get the revive so they can go into far. But I go back into mid, and my Scourge is kind of standing on node, which they're very low, so we're going to need to help them here, but I have really no cooldowns. I should probably use my Sing of Agility and then steal, but I just steal first. I get Shadow Step, which I can't really help to peel them out, so I just leave. My team is dying, and I push into home, but the enemy team is going to be coming into me now because they have nowhere else to go, and that means that I kind of over-committed to this fight when the enemy doesn't need to worry about over-committing into me because my team is dead, right? So I wasn't really aware of my team's presence on the map at that moment, so I die for that. That was a mistake by me. Not really an issue with the survivability of my build, more so the decision, right? Like, you don't need Shadow Wards to survive, as you can see. But I'm going to revive, and looks like we got the kills at home anyways, which is nice. So they're going to regroup from there. I do want to either go into mid and get kills there, or peel for my Hollow at far, or get the kill for them at far. I do get the decap first because that seems pretty convenient, and if my team pushes into mid from home and they have a decapped on mid, they get a lot more value from that engagement. So yeah, it looks like the Hollow died at far, so now they're going to be pushing into mid. We get some good kills from our Rev, and I'm just going to help to cleave. I give out my Sing of Agility to my team there before I get a little bit better positioning. It's always better to use your Sing of Agility on your allies if you can. Even if you don't really need the dodge at the time, it sort of gives you that dodge for later. Now we're on their Mesmer. The Mesmer goes in stealth, and I go behind the Phantasmal Mage there so I don't get dazed. And I see that they're really low, so I'm going to chase that kill on the Mesmer. We miss steal, which is kind of unfortunate, but we can still secure the kill. So now we've got more kills. We want to go back into mid. We don't really have map control, but we do have a kill, so we can potentially cap the nodes. I see that my Scourge is getting chased by their Thief in roads, but really, if I go peel for the Scourge, the Thief could just leave, so it's not really a value play. If the Thief gets a kill on the Necro, then there's really nothing that I could do about it, really. I mean, I could, but then they'll just leave, right? You got to think about not the win condition, but also the lose condition, how punishing that can be. So we're chasing a kill on this Druid here. We get them down, which is really nice, and we're losing home. Our Scourge actually survived the Thief, which is good, but now we can basically outnumber their Scourge at mid because we got the kill on the Druid. And from here, yeah, we're losing all the nodes. We kind of have an issue with people holding nodes because no one's really playing the duelist role other than our Ranger. So we're going to go +1 our Ranger at home. And I'm looking for where the target is on the Mesmer. We get the target, but now their Ranger is here as well. So we have to be careful. But I land a really good steal to prevent them from getting their heal off. and we get the down, and we're 3v2ing this now. So we have plenty of damage from our rev, and I'm just going to short bow to secure the kills. Now if we look at far, they're going to be in an outnumbered situation, I believe. I'm not sure. Yeah, their thief is now outnumbering far. Yeah, so you can see that. So far is in a very bad state right now, but we can't really go there because we got to go into mid and stop the scourge, which we killed at mid, and they respawned from recapturing mid. So yeah, we probably will die. No, the thief actually comes to mid. So yeah, this is like a 2v2 now, and my ranger is very low, so I have to peel for them. I have both my utilities, so I give the Signet of Agility right after their thief steals to them to give them a dodge. Well, it's only like half a dodge, but it's usually enough to give them a dodge. And then I go back in aggressive on their scourge because I know that the best way to peel for myself is through killing. And yeah, we're gonna rally our ranger there by finishing off the scourge. But yeah, if the ranger dies at this point, I don't really have any cooldowns. I could steal to get them, and I do, which gives me a blinding powder. Now I see that their thief is going for a shadow step stomp, so I shadow step as well to headshot, and then I blinding powder to get the res. I use Signet of Agility to cleanse some of the condies off the body, and that keeps them alive for my scourge to get in there and get the res. And now I Basilisk Venom my entire team, and we get the kill. So yeah, Basilisk Venom, I haven't really talked about that much recently. I did like maybe a year ago a video about how Bassi Venom is really good even after the buff to Dagger Storm. But yeah, I think after the Dagger Storm nerfs, I'd say Bassi Venom is definitely best in slot because of the whole idea I was talking about where Deadly Arts is more of the play and Bassi Venom is more team support. So yeah, it's kind of the idea we're going for there. So if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys next time.